Good afternoon, everybody, and I'd like to welcome you to the regular session of the Orange County Legislature. Today's date is May 5th, 2022, and I would ask that you please silence all your cell phones or any electronic devices you may have, and join me in standing for a moment of silence and a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much, and I would ask that our deputy clerk please read the roll call.
Fagion?
Here.
Paduk?
Here.
Amo?
Here.
Nandistakis? Benton?
Here.
Brescia? Cheney?
Here.
Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos?
Here.
Ruskevich?
Here.
Sassy?
Here.
Sierra? Stiganga? Sutherland? Totel? Tui? And Benelli.
Present.
17 present, 4 absent.
Okay, before we start our meeting and some recognitions, I'd like to announce that we will be giving a proclamation this afternoon as well as a certificate. So for the proclamation, I would ask that Deputy County Executive Harry Poor join me at the podium, as well as Debbie Pasola from DSS. She is the Senior Case Supervisor overseeing the Foster Care and Adoption Services Department. And I didn't realize Commissioner Miller is here as well. Welcome. It's always good to see you. This is a very special time for the Orange County Legislature because each year we get together and we really sing the praises of the foster care parents that are part of our group here in Orange County that have done a remarkable job. So we do have a proclamation for you. And Harry, if you'd like to.
Okay, a couple of things. There's a popular expression out there for the last couple of years that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, I think it takes a family to raise a child. And some of us are very lucky. We have mothers and fathers, a mother or a father. Some do not. But that's when you people step in. And what you do is so important. It's hard to value how important it is, but it's extremely, extremely valuable. My father and my father-in-law both had 4 daughters. And they used to say, if you have 4 daughters, you raise 4 daughters, you have an automatic pass to heaven. And I hope that's true for their cases. But I think if you take in foster children into your home and give them a family, you get an automatic pass to heaven. Congratulations, and thank all of you for what you do. The proclamation is as follows. Whereas May has been designated Foster Parent Month in Orange County, and whereas the youth of this county, state, and nation are our most precious resource and hope for the future. All children deserve a caring and nurturing home so that they may reach their full potential. And whereas the people of Orange County are compassionate and have a long-standing tradition of opening their hearts and their homes to children in need, and to open to children in need of a stable and permanent setting. I need my glasses. I shouldn't have started without them. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll repeat. And whereas the people of Orange County are compassionate and have a long-standing tradition of opening their hearts and homes to children in need of a stable and permanent setting, and whereas foster parents, through their love, guidance, nurturance, and dedicated service, provide children and care and supervision they need to see them through difficult times, allowing them to continue to grow and develop until a permanent family life can be assured. And whereas Orange County has 211 foster families providing for care for 165 Orange County children. And whereas it is important to recognize the invaluable contribution foster parents make to the children of Orange County by so willingly giving their time and devotion to improving these children's quality of life. And now, therefore, be resolved that I, acting in behalf of Mr. Stephen Newhouse and Catherine E. Benelli, Chairwoman of the Legislature, do hereby proclaim May 2022 as Foster Parent Month in Orange County, and urge all county citizens to affirm their support and to recognize the importance of foster parents. Thank you.
On behalf of all of the foster parents, I would ask that Commissioner Miller, as well as Ms. Pizzola, please accept this proclamation with our hearty thanks. And I would ask that Commissioner Miller, would you like to say a few words? And I believe, Debbie, you want to introduce the parents that are here with us this afternoon, and we're so glad you could join us. And I know you have to get home to get kids off the bus, so we'll be real quick.
Thank you, Chairwoman Benelli, and all of the legislators here with us today for acknowledging our foster parents and foster care Appreciation Month, and certainly our Deputy County Executive, Harry Poor, always a supporter of the work that we do. For me, I just want to say thank you to our foster parents, but also to the professionals and volunteers, our staff that are here, for all the work that you do to stabilize the lives of children and to help them return to family, their biological families when they can, and to continue in their journey towards independence when they can't. We really appreciate you giving your hearts and your homes to the children that are in need here in this county. We couldn't do this work without you, and you have a special place in the lives of those that you impact and in the lives of our staff. I see every day the appreciation from those who work with you for all that you do. So thank you for those efforts. And I know Debbie will share some details about some of the work you've done for us, some of you for many, many years. Really appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. In addition to myself and Commissioner Miller, we also have Maureen Selzer with us, Director of Human Services, and please come up to join us for the presentations to the foster parents. I have to add that we all miss Beth Van Pelt, our home finding supervisor of many years who recently retired, but I have it on good information that she's watching virtually. Our new home finding supervisor, Janine Cooper, could not be here today, but we have case supervisor Matt Sheridan, please come up, who is standing in for her and who's been instrumental in putting all of this together. Thank you to Matt and all the members of the home finding unit, some of whom are also here today. Please come up, Carrie and Patricia, and also Jessica. We have a caseworker with us also to see some of the foster parents be nominated and recognized for receive their awards. May is Foster Care Awareness Month, and we typically take this opportunity to thank foster parents for all they do for us, and more importantly, for the children and youth in foster care in the county all year long. Thanks for this opportunity to the Legislature and the County Executive's Office for giving us the opportunity to publicly acknowledge and thank our foster parents today. It's good to be back here in person to recognize a very special group of foster parents this year with our Golden Heart Awards. This year's Golden Heart Awards are being presented to foster parents who have answered the call to care for teens and young adults. Currently, there are 113 teens over the age of 13 in foster care in Orange County, which is over 40% of all the children in foster care in Orange County. These youth have faced adversity in their short lives and are now braving the challenges of their teen years in foster care. It's not always easy for them or for those who care for them. Some of these youth face impending adulthood. In fact, there are 39 youth between the ages of 18 and 21 in foster care. Challenges that youth who age out of foster care typically face. Statistics are not sentences. And we have a tool, some might say a secret weapon, that's more powerful than all of the programs, services, hard work, and best efforts of our caseworkers who care deeply for our youth. And that's you, our foster families. Someone once said, and I'll never forget it, that the government is not very good at raising children. He was himself a dedicated child welfare professional and an adoptive parent who understood all too well the importance of relationships for young people in foster care. And he was right, even teens, and I would say especially teens, need relationships with caring adults in order to survive and thrive. In fact, there's nothing more powerful and impactful than human relationships. Of all the tools in our box, you are our best and most important. Thank you for providing the one thing that no one should ever be without, a family. We are grateful to those of you that have raised your hands to care for teens and young adults in foster care in Orange County. And we'd now like to present our Golden Heart Awards excuse me, to the following families who have been exemplary resources for the youth in our community. Okay, so, oops. Sorry. So first we have the Frys. So please come up. Sharon and Kevin Fry. The Fry family became foster parents to one of our teenage youth in 2018 after he identified them as a potential resource for himself. Kevin was his football coach. The story of this youth and the Fry family embodies what foster care should look like and was featured in the Times Herald Record on June 9th of 2021 and by Spectrum News on October 18th of 2021. This youth has grown into an incredible young man who has been attending college on a football scholarship while majoring in accounting. He is turning 21 in July, and the Fry family is committed to him for the long haul. This youth isn't a part of their family, he is their family. So thank you very much. Next up, we have Taisha Diaz and Jose Diaz Difo, who are also here with us. Taisha, and I believe we know you as Gabe, that's how it came to me, accepted a placement of brothers, one teen and one preteen in December 2021. Taisha and Gabe were very welcoming and comforting. They provide the boys with nutritious meals and fun activities as a form of exercise and have been diligent in ensuring that the boys receive the best medical care. The family assists them with their homework, encourages them, and maintains contact with all school staff. The family also gave the boys cell phones to maintain contact with their parents and their older sisters, and even brought the boys to their sister's birthday party in another state. Recently, the family welcomed all three sisters to their home to celebrate one of the boys' birthday and shared pictures with their family. Despite working outside the home and raising two young daughters, the family works cooperatively with all service providers and goes above and beyond to ensure that the boys' needs are met on every level. Thank you. Come on up. We also have Diane Mazza with us. Diane makes it a point to involve the teens in her home in positive community activities and recognizes the importance of sticking by our teens through difficult times. Diane demonstrates a commitment to youth, providing security and stability during such times. When encountering challenges, Diane has an ability to take a step back and question if there is something she needs to do differently or whether she needs to utilize a different approach. She will often speak to her own children to get their perspective on how to best approach teens. Diane currently has two teens in her home, one of whom was recently placed with her, and Diane is also a long-term foster parent to a teenage boy. She ensures that he has contact with his siblings, including one who lives in another state. Previously, Diane, we were just talking about this, accepted the placement of another older teen. During his placement, Diane recognized the impacts that a lifetime of instability had on this youth and was able to look past his difficulties and see him as an innately loving, caring young man. Though he has since moved, Diane's efforts while he was in her care have assisted him in establishing healthy relationships and supports within his local community. Thank you. So we have a few more families to recognize, and I believe they are watching live stream or will be watching the recording later. So Sheila and Andy Reed. The Reeds are non-judgmental, kind, and generous people who were nominated by several caseworkers who have worked with them. The Reeds have cared for several teens, including one who has been with them long-term. The Reeds even took in a teenage girl who was being released from jail, and we believe that puts them in the magical category. So thank you to Sheila and Andy Reed. Susan Selzer and John Olsen. Susan and John currently have 2 teens in their home, a 13-year-old and a 19-year-old. They are described as committed, fierce advocates for the youth in their home, and they hang in there when things are tough. Susan and John are incredible parents to our youth, and we truly don't know what we would do without them. Thank you to Susan and John. Karen Brinson. Karen is an exceptional foster parent. Not only does she provide loving care to a 13-year-old with medical and developmental needs, but she also welcomed 2 other teenage siblings into her home. Karen went above and beyond to prepare a room for a 19-year-old college student who was coming home to Karen for the first time during a break from college. Karen added many personal touches to her space to help make her feel welcome and comfortable. Karen also facilitated a visit for this youth and her younger teenage brother, shortly after which Karen welcomed into her home also, so that the siblings could be reunited. Karen is loving, patient, and kind to each of the children in her care, and she is also mindful of meeting each of their unique needs. Orange County is very fortunate to have a foster parent of Karen's caliber working with us and for our children. Thank you to Karen. Donald Jones. Donald has been a wonderful foster parent for our teenage foster youth, particularly older youth with multiple challenges. Donald has opened his home several times with eyes wide open, knowing just how troubled and difficult to place the youth we have contacted him about would be to care for. Donald has given his best to these youth, coordinating with caseworkers and service providers, and it is apparent that Donald really wants to assist youth in overcoming whatever challenges they may face and help lead them on a path to make good choices. Donald is great about connecting youth with community members and trying to foster their independence. Donald has a good heart and has been consistently willing to open his home to give youth a chance that other foster parents are just not able to. And I think last up we have Floyd, Cohen, Constantine. Foy is a wonderful, patient, and understanding foster parent. She is very, very accommodating and doesn't scare easily when we present her with the youth's behavior. She doesn't have preferences, but listens to each placement request and thoughtfully considers it. Foy adopted her own daughter when she was a young teen and ensures that she remains connected to her siblings and her biological family. Foy has had several other teens placed with her, both regular and respite placements. She does an amazing job of making teens feel like they belong, treating them like family, and encouraging them to build relationships with family members. She recognizes the importance of connections and helps facilitate sibling visits. Foy has a very relaxed approach and attempts to figure out what might be driving a youth's behaviors in order to approach things with understanding. She has realistic expectations and is therefore able to normalize and tolerate some things our teens do that others may not be willing or able to. Thank you, Foy. Thank you.
Actually, could we ask the honorees to come back up for a group picture? Sorry to bother you. Yeah, let's move down this way a little bit more.
Good job.
Move to the other side. This is fine.
Thank you.
A heartfelt thanks to all of the incredible people that do a great job for the people of Orange County each and every day. We do have one more certificate of recognition that we would like to present. Harry, you can stay for this one if you want. And I would also ask that Legislator O'Donnell join us up here. Legislator O'Donnell was the one that actually brought my attention to a young lady by the name of Carly Glacé. And he told me a little bit about her, but the one thing he told me is she's Molly O'Donnell's friend. So obviously we're going to recognize you on the recommendation of Molly O'Donnell and maybe Jimmy O'Donnell. So Carly, would you come up and join us? And Dr. Young is here as well. Thank you so much for making time in your busy schedule. And Jimmy, if you want to say a little bit something about Carly.
Sure. First, I'll talk about my good friend Harry,
who thinks he's going to heaven because he has 4 daughters. So I'm definitely going to heaven because I have 5, and 1 is Molly, so there you go. So Carly is an unbelievable young lady. We're proud to have her living in the village of Goshen, all the great work she does. So what we're honoring her today for is her 3.9 CUME average up at Orange County Community College. She is the perfect face of community college, which is so important to all of us here in Orange County. The amount of volunteer work she does is outstanding. She was recognized as one of our rising stars a year or 2 ago. And like I said, the volunteer work, she's now the president of Illuminate Goshen, following Molly's footsteps. So don't keep following her footsteps, all right? Believe me. But we're so proud of you and the work you're doing, and look forward to seeing your name in the papers in the coming months. Thanks.
Thank you.
Carly, as I mentioned, we do have a Distinguished Service Award from the County of Orange on behalf of the entire legislature and all of the people in Orange County to congratulate you on this outstanding achievement, and we wish you all the best. So this is a little something for you.
Great. I want to thank all of Orange County for recognizing Carly Glasse. I want to was it Monday morning? I have lost track of this week. Monday morning, here is the honor that Carly has brought to all of us. Monday morning, I got to have breakfast because of Carly in New York City. She is one of, I think, 20 community college students in the United States of America, recognized as a PTK USA, all USA scholar, one of 20. There are literally millions and millions and millions of community college students, so all of the honors that Legislator O'Donnell recognized, put that into the mix, plus everything else that she's doing at the college. PTK is Phi Theta Kappa, the community college's response to that other Phi Beta Kappa that those other colleges have. We have many more students, and that organization has singled Carly out as the gold standard of a community college student. So she's brought that honor to us at the college and to all of us in the county. So she was celebrated, and if you look online, and of those 20 students on stage in New York City Monday morning, she is the one holding the sign on behalf of PTK and the entire nation. So Carly, we continue to celebrate you at the college, and so proud to call you our own. Thank you.
I just want to say on behalf of the class of SUNY Orange 1972, we are very proud, and congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, and thank you all for entertaining us as we recognize an absolutely phenomenal young lady. Best of luck to you in all your endeavors. Thank you for joining us. Oh, no, you got it. We're used to this. Yeah. Here, you go in the middle.
What's next?
Don't run for office.
Thank you. Don't listen to him. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Madam Chair,
Thank you. Yes.
the legislature also would like to recognize the following for the month of May.
May is quite a busy month. And I don't know if Commissioner Miller is still here, but it is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is Tourette's Syndrome Awareness Month. It is National Bike Safety Month. And this week is also Teacher Appreciation Week. Hopefully, all of you that have a teacher in your life or students that are attending school have wished their teachers a very happy Appreciation Week. We also have National Emergency Medical Services Week, the 15th to the 21st. And we'd like to give a little shout out to our own dispatcher, Gerard Lewis, who recently helped a couple in need to deliver their baby. And from what I understand yesterday, he actually got to meet the family and the new baby. So congratulations to Dispatcher Lewis. We also have National Police Week, the 15th to the 21st as well. Also something that's dear and near to all of our hearts, Military Appreciation Month, Memorial Day, let's not forget that, and something that is very personal to me as well because I'm the mom of a military spouse, and tomorrow is Military Spouse Appreciation Day. And I'd also like to give a shout out to our own county executive's wife, Rachel Newhouse, who does a remarkable job in keeping the 4 little Indians happy and safe at home while our county executive is on deployment. Minority Leader Paduk.
Thank you, Ms. Chairman. There's one that's not on that list that's very important to all of us and should be on that list. And I'm just going to read this little blurb about it, if it's all right with you. This is a National Prayer Day as well. And this is a prayer for wisdom. Father God, give the leaders of this nation your wisdom and discernment. I pray that they would seek wisdom, justice, mercy, and truth. I ask that you surround our leaders with godly influences. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you very much, Minority Leader. We appreciate that. And I'll leave the other one till the end, just a little perp. And at this point, I believe we have one speaker for public participation, Mr. Neil Fishberg, excuse me, sir.
All right, so my name is Neil Frischberg. I'm with the law firm of Fabricant, Lippman, and Frischberg. I'm here regarding agenda number 5 on your agenda. Before you is a resolution to permit the town of Tuxedo to purchase a vacant lot known as 1134.1. This lot was formerly owned by the Nunjin Sunwon USA Inc., which was a church based in South Korea. Sometime in 2018, the town assessor determined that even though Sunwon was a church, they should nevertheless be assessed property taxes. I did some checking, and there is an exempt organization certificate on file with New York State. So I'm not quite sure how or why he came to that unilateral conclusion. But nevertheless, the town of Tuxedo saw fit to tax the Sunwon church for almost 4 years or 5 years. That would have been okay if they had known about it, but they didn't, because the town of Tuxedo sent those tax returns to 6022 Deerfield Boulevard, Mason, Ohio, and no one that I have spoken to at Sunwon even knows why it was sent there. So the tax bills were sent to the wrong place. Now, Sunwon didn't even know about this until they learned that Orange County had already foreclosed on it. So as a result, Orange County now owned the property. So it was even too late to oppose the foreclosure. I learned that I learned that the redemption date was yesterday, May 4. Sunwon could not possibly get $130,000 from South Korea to the United States on a day's notice, even with a wire transfer, because, among other things, they need a bill from the finance department, because the laws in South Korea restrict them from doing so. But I met with a representative of Sunwon yesterday, Mr. Shin, and he said they want the property. It's just vacant land in the town of Tuxedo. The problem we have is, and then I said to myself, well, maybe all is not lost because it was on the auction site. So I went to the auction site, and there it is, number 163 on the auction site. It says, okay, we'll register for the auction and we'll bid. So now it's 9 a.m. today. I go on the auction site. There it is, 163. I says, okay, we can bid until 1:30 p.m., so we're okay. At 9:50 a.m., it got taken off the auction site. It's gone. So now I'm sort of panicking, so I make about 4 or 5 phone calls. I speak to the Department of Finance, I speak to the real property section, I speak to Matt Nothnagel, and I learned that, there's a resolution today permitting the town of Tuxedo to purchase the property. And I'm asking you to at least work through that resolution for the time being so we can sort this out. Because candidly, and with due respect to the town of Tuxedo, this organization should not have been taxed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fishberg, for your comments.
I made it within 3 minutes.
Majority Leader Fagione, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to approve the minutes of December 2nd, 2021, December 22nd, 2021, and January 6th, 2022.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right. So this moves us along to our regular session. Reports A has been received and filed. It's the Orange County District Attorney's Annual Report for 2021. Number 1.
Legislator Benton, resolution accepting and confirming the report of the apportionment of the mortgage tax for a period of October 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2022, as computed from the statement filed by the county clerk.
Second.
Comments? Questions? Roll call, please.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis?
Yes.
Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Finelli? 18 ayes.
I'll let the record also reflect that Legislator Anagnestakis has now joined us. He's in attendance. AA1 is received and filed. A1 is also received and filed, and that brings us to number 2.
Legislators Benton and Hines, resolution denying application for correction of a certain tax roll pursuant to Section 550 et al. Of the Real Property Tax Law.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is also a roll call vote, so if you would, Kelly.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk? Yes. Amo?
Yes.
Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? and Benelli. 18 ayes.
Number 3, please.
Legislators Benton and Brescia, resolution denying application for correction of a certain tax roll pursuant to Section 550 et al. Of the Real Property Tax Law.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Fagione?
Yes.
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 Number 4, please.
Legislator Benton, resolution approving the applications for the correction of certain errors appearing on the 2022 tax rolls for certain towns and districts in ordering the correction of said errors pursuant to Section 556 of the Real Property Tax Law.
Second.
Questions? Any comments? All right, then I would ask the roll to be called, please.
Fagione? Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli. 18 ayes.
Number 5, please.
Legislators Benton and Anagnestakis, resolution authorizing the private sale and conveyance of certain county-owned lands acquired by reason of a failure to redeem said lands from a tax sale to Orange County pursuant to Section 1018-4 of the Real Property Tax Law and Orange County Amended Local Law 2 of 2010.
Second.
questions or comments? Legislator O'Donnell?
Yes, could you please separate the Tuxedo property from the other two?
That is permissible. For that, if there's no objections, I will do that.
Thank you.
I believe, Mr. Anagostakis, you had your hand raised.
I did, Madam Chair. Thank you very much. Similar to Mr. O'Donnell, I was going to ask that it be separated out, and I don't know what the answer is, but the attorney made a compelling case. I'd like it to be brought back maybe to Ways and Means, and we can consider it from that point.
I'll second that.
Okay, so we're going to, all right, well, let's take, do we have to take a vote on breaking it out? Okay. So I would say that Mr. O'Donnell made that. Are you seconding that, Mr. Anagostakis?
Someone second what I just said, or either way, I don't really care.
Is it you? I'm
Second,
sorry.
I'll say second if that's what needs to be done.
Don't fight seconding my motions now, please.
For the record, we'll put Minority Leader Paduk, because I did hear his voice. So thank you. So, all right, so now we're voting. Could you please clarify exactly what the vote is, please?
Sure. So the vote will separate the resolution to have Chester and New Windsor voted together and then Tuxedo voted separately.
The vote to bring back to Ways and Means Committee is what I'm proposing, or Mr. O'Donnell.
Well, let's hear what he wanted to do.
Well, I would hope we just vote on Chester and New Windsor now, and then we'll open up Tuxedo for discussion.
Okay.
Is that fair?
That's very fair. Thank you. All right, so what is before us today is voting on the Chester and New Windsor property. So- Oh, did we? Oh, I thought we did that. Okay. Do we need a roll call for that as well? Probably, huh? Yeah, let's do a roll call, please. And this is on the separation of the 2 and the 1.
Fagion? Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yeah.
Anagostakis?
Yes.
Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli? 18 ayes.
All right, then I'm going to call the vote on the Chester and the New Windsor properties. Any questions? All right, when you're ready, take your time. Okay, this is the roll call on the Chester and New Windsor property.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anagostakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli, 18 ayes.
Now, as it relates to the Tuxedo property, is there any additional dialogue in regard to this? Legislator O'Donnell.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I agree with Legislator Anagostakis that distinguished attorney from Goshen has made at least a case to send this back. To me, the big question is whether it's legal. I don't even know if it's legal now that it's been sold, so to speak, to Tuxedo. But certainly there's been errors made by real property to even have this still on line to be auctioned off, which adds to the confusion of maybe the owners and maybe the attorney here. All right, the fact that it was still on the auction blocks this morning, right? So I would ask that it gets sent back, not just to Ways and Means, but to legal, to just see if even legally we can do anything. And this was brought up before the meeting with Mr. Cheney. We're not even sure legally we can do that. So I would like to see it get sent back just to get a firm legal decision on if in fact we can do anything. Because historically, we have always bent over backwards to make sure the property owner has every chance to get their property back. Even though this was a day after it was officially auction to Tuxedo, I don't think we've ever had a case like this, especially where it ends up on the auction box after it was auctioned. But to me, it's a legal question. I'm not even sure we can legally turn it over for further discussion. It might be a done deal, but at any rate, before we vote, because it's our vote on turning this property over, without our vote, that property does not get turned over today. So I think it's in the best interest of us, and it's historically what we've done in the past, as I stated, bent over backwards for the property owner to at least get a firm legal decision on whether we can overturn the auction to Tuxedo and at least give the property owner an opportunity to pay his back taxes and keep the property. And that's all I'm looking for here is a motion to send it back for a legal opinion before we vote and turn the property over officially to Tuxedo. If the legal opinion comes back and says we are legally bound by what was done 2 days ago, so be it. At least we've done our due diligence as a legislature and kept up with our historical perspective of bending over backwards for the property owner. Thank you, Chairwoman.
Thank you, Legislator. Legislator Benton.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a question right off the bat. The property that the attorney has identified at the microphone is not the property that is listed in the resolution for today. He identified Section 1, Block 1, 34.1. Well, it says, did you just misspeak? 34.2. Okay, Section 201, Block 1.
No, pretty sure it's 1134.2.
Okay, well, we're selling 201, 34.2.
I know I went on ImageMate, and on ImageMate it's 1130. I may be wrong in your resolution. That's a possibility.
Okay, so somewhere the numbers don't match even. So, okay.
Another reason to send it back.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure that was on the record, that even there's some sort of probable misidentification, one side or the other, in the resolution and in the homework. Okay, thank you.
Legislator Anagostakis.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I agree with just about everything Mr. O'Donnell said, and Mr. Benton correctly caught potentially more problems. This, I think, my opinion is, needs to go back, obviously, through legal. As was stated, we have always historically done everything possible to make sure that the rightful owner has a chance for his property, especially if errors were made along the way, and considering the fact that this sale is not to a non-governmental entity, but to another government. So governments work together. If errors were made that benefited a particular government for making that purchase, maybe there's a way legally to make sure the rightful owners get a crack at what really belonged to them if errors were made. But of course, that all goes through legal. Then it comes through Ways and Means again. If it's going to proceed in that fashion, then we vote on it in Ways and Means and bring it to the floor. Again, as was said, nothing gets transferred unless this body votes. This body needs to make sure that the rightful owners have a 100% chance to make sure no errors against them were made that took away their property. So I will vote to send it back through the legal system, through Ways and Means.
At this point, I would like to entertain, we're going to be, if we're trying to get to the bottom of this, obviously we need some legal advice, and I think that's going to have to be done in executive session. Am I correct?
Unless we want to address the motion right now to take it back into, we do have that motion on the floor currently to send it back to Ways and Means.
Okay. Right, hold on, I've got a lot of hands going up. Legislator
I'll
Tui,
second it.
you're going to second the motion to send it back to Ways and Means. Okay,
Thank you.
yes,
I'll wait to see if we're going to executive session. I'll hold my question.
all right. Legislator Cheney.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I think it's important at this point to get clarification on which lot the attorney is speaking about, because according to, and I've been following this for a while, the number that we have in our tax parcel list which is 201-1-34.2, is in fact the parcel that I've understood has been as the one being considered. If that's not the one the attorney's speaking to, I'd like to understand why that's the case.
Okay, so just so you know that we've checked our paperwork, I'm going to ask that our real property director, Paul Wiley, can you confirm that the number that we have is correct? The 201? Yes, that number is correct. Okay. So we're all talking about the same parcel, is that correct? Okay. Mr. Cheney.
And then I guess before we vote on this motion, I would like to go into executive session to further understand what the implications are of sending it back, because there could be some legal risk associated with that. And I'd like to understand that before I vote on a motion to send it back.
So are you making a motion to go into executive session?
I will make a motion to go into executive session.
Do I have a
Second.
I think Mr. Hines. Okay. We have a motion on the floor to go into executive session prior to anything else. All in favor? Anyone opposed? All right. At this point, I would also ask Mr. Wiley if you could join us in executive session, as well as Acting County Attorney Carol Pierce. And Mr. Joy, our And at this point, I will entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
Madam Chair, so moved. Second.
Majority Leader Fagione, seconded by Legislator Benton. All right, I believe, and I'm sure council will correct me if I'm wrong, there is a motion on the floor to send the Tuxedo property in question back to Ways and Means, and I believe Legislator O'Donnell wanted to address that.
I'll withdraw that.
And the second was, I forgot who the second was. Mr. Paduk. And then we'll vote on it. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll vote all in favor to remove the motion to go to Ways and Means.
Aye.
Anyone against? Okay, fine, we're good. All right, so the property in question is now up for a vote. This is Tuxedo 201-1-34.2. Any questions or comments at this point before we go to the vote? Mr. Anagostakis.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've heard a lot of debate, discussion, speculation. I have no idea what the truth is. None at all. But all I'm saying is, imagine if it was your property and you thought you were non-exempt because you always were, and then someone started taxing you but not sending you notice for X amount of years. And then you found out, whether it was a day ago or a week ago, that that had occurred, and maybe you attempted to negotiate and get the money, but I don't know, I hear 100,000 or something. It was a large amount. You just couldn't do it in this week, and you're here at the last second begging for your property. If I were in that position, I would just want legal people to look at it again, to hear the story, to see what can be done. I would hope that people would say, let's just take a look at this a second time. And so I will not vote to take away someone's property under those circumstances, only because I can imagine, what if it was me that it was happening to? Thank you.
Any other questions? Majority Leader Fagione.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to compliment Chairman Benton of the Ways and Means Committee, as well as his committee. This committee has done their due diligence on these matters. The issue before us was voted on committee, and as I am looking through my notes, I believe it was affirmed unanimous during committee. With that being said, then I would hope that this body here would heed the information that was presented at the Ways and Means Committee, and that they would see to follow in on that vote. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any other? Legislator Cheney.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have a process here, and that process was adhered to. The owner of the property was not able or did not choose to meet the deadlines that were required. As such, I feel we have an obligation to continue to follow that process.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Legislator O'Donnell or
Thank you,
comments?
Chairwoman. So I'm a member of the Ways and Means, and as always, we all do our due diligence, and we did our due diligence with the information we had before us at that time. However, we have new information, all right? And we also have an obligation to protect the owner of the property. So I'll be voting no on this, because a no vote just sends it back to real property, the county exec's office, and they go through the process again. Thank you.
Thank you, Legislator O'Donnell. Any other further comments from anybody else? Minority Leader Paduk.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd have to agree with Mr. O'Donnell. I'm a member of Ways and Means as well. We didn't have all this kind of information. I am going to vote no as well. Thank you.
Did I see Legislator Lujan's hand?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I share the same sentiments. The new information obviously creates a lot of concern for many of us here. And while I understand that we have a responsibility to follow process, we have a responsibility to the residents of Orange County above all. So I will also be a no vote on this.
Thank you for your comments. Legislator Riskevich.
Yeah, as Legislator Cheney pointed out, there's a process which we did follow. Any mistakes that were made appear to be made on the part of the town in terms of taxing or not taxing the district or sending the tax bills to the wrong address. That's on the part of the town. It has nothing to do with our process. We've already approved this parcel to go to auction. It's been auctioned, and now it's our job here today to vote to finalize that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments at this time?
I just want to confirm again, and probably the audience and everyone tuning in should know, this is a potential sale of a real property. So under our law, I believe, and I'll be corrected if I'm wrong, that we need 14 yes votes to do that?
Actually, upon further review of Local Law 2 of 2010, it just notes approved by a majority vote of the county legislature. So it would be 11.
Legislator O'Donnell.
All right, so this property, who owns it right now?
Is that a question? Currently, it's county owned.
County owned. All right, so I'm not sure we can sell county property with 11 votes.
Legislator Riskevich.
Yeah, I believe we've already authorized the sale of this property through auction. It's gone through auction, and now we're just finalizing the sale.
That's correct. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to call the roll call.
Point of information again. If we have a
Real quick, let's go.
If we have a county attorney, I would like to, because I've always been under the opinion, I've only been here 13 years.
Legislator Riskevich just probably clarified it for you.
I would want a county attorney to give opinion as to what it takes for real property to be sold by this legislature. I was under the opinion in 13 years it was 14 votes.
All right, we're going to allow legal counsel to address it first, and then acting county attorney, if she so wishes, she can address it as well.
This legislature in 2010 enacted Local Law Number 2 of 2010, which established the policy and procedures for the valuation and sale of parcels not redeemed for delinquent real property taxes in accordance with New York State Real Property Tax Law Article 11. So this is the law that we're relying upon for the deed sale parcels, and this is the law that states it requires a majority vote. Correct. It has not been redeemed. The property owners had until 3 p.m. yesterday to redeem the properties through payment of the delinquent taxes.
Ms. Pierce, our acting county attorney, did you want to address this at all? You don't have to. I'm fine with it.
We would defer to legislative counsel on her opinion as to what it takes for you to sell the property.
Thank you for your comments. We appreciate it. Okay. So we have Legislator O'Donnell.
She did add something before she turned the mic on about a legal opinion from the county attorney's office. So again, this is confusing, right? So we have a local law, but then for the history of this body, it's been 14 votes to sell property, all right? Just because it went to auction doesn't mean there was our vote attached to that, okay? So I would like a legal opinion, which was my first thing when I started this conversation, that I was just looking for a legal opinion to make sure we do our rightful thing for the property owner. And I'm not sure we legally can get it back to the property owner. I just want a full legal opinion on what is right for the property owner. Thank you.
Okay, I think we've exhausted this. I think legal counsel has mentioned it twice now. The situation hasn't changed, and thank you for coming up and making your statement, Ms. Pierce. We appreciate that. So I'm just going to now call the roll call, please.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk?
No.
Yes.
No?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Sassy? Yes. Sutherland?
Yes.
Tui? Benelli?
Yes.
12 ayes, 6 noes.
Motion is carried. Okay. Moving on to number 6.
Legislator Benton and Paduk. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature amending Resolution Number 35 of 2008 in relation to approving of credit card payments for the departments, boards, and offices listed on Schedule A pursuant to General Municipal Law, Section 5.
Second.
Questions or comments? Okay, this is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 7, please.
Legislators Benton, O'Donnell, and Nagustakis. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature authorizing the removal of a parcel from the current delinquent tax list and upcoming property auction pursuant to Section 5A1 of Local Law 2 of 2010.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Duke? Amo?
Yes.
Nagustakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli? 18 ayes.
Number 8, please.
Legislators Benton and Brescia, amending bond resolution dated May 5th, 2022, amending the bond resolution adopted August 1st, 2019, in relation to the preparation of surveys, preliminary and detailed plans, specifications, and estimates necessary for the construction of a snow removal equipment building at the estimated cost of $109,704.
Second.
Questions or comments? Okay, this is a roll call vote, and it's a 2/3 vote due to bonding.
Fagion?
Yes.
Duke?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Nagustakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli? 18 ayes.
Number 9, please.
Legislators Benton, Ramos, and Brescia, amending bond resolution dated May 5th, 2022, amending the bond resolution adopted February 3rd, 2022, in relation to the acquisition of various golf equipment at the Stony Ford Golf Course at the estimated cost of $136,000.
Second.
Questions, comments? Here again, this is a roll call vote with 2/3 vote required.
Fagion?
Yes.
Duke?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Nagustakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli? 18 ayes.
Number 10, please.
Legislators Riskevich, Menuda, Benton, and Cheney. Amending bond resolution dated May 5th, 2022, amending the bond resolution adopted February 3rd, 2022, in relation to the acquisition of various equipment at the Hickory Hill Golf Course at the estimated cost of $185,083.
Second.
Questions or comments? Here again, it's a roll call vote, and 2/3 are required.
Fagion?
Yes.
Duke?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli? 18 ayes.
Number 11, please.
Legislators Riskevich, Menuda, Benton, and Paduk. Bond resolution dated May 5th, 2022. Bond resolution of the County of Orange authorizing the construction of improvements to the Hickory Hill Golf Course Maintenance Garage, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $206,000, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $206,000 bonds of the county to finance said appropriation.
Second.
Questions or comments? Okay, this is also a roll call vote with 2/3 vote required.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk,
Yes.
Amo.
Yes.
Anastakis, Benton, Brescia, Cheney, Ellers, Hines, Luhan, Menuda, O'Donnell, Ramos, Riskevich, Sassy, Sutherland, Tui, and Benelli. 18 ayes.
Number 12, please.
Legislators Tui, Riskevich, Benton, and Hines. Bond resolution dated May 5th, 2022. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing the acquisition of various machinery and apparatus for the Department of Public Works fleet replacement, stating the estimated cost thereof is $800,000, appropriating said amount therefore, including $700,000 expected to be received from the state of New York, and authorizing the issuance of $100,000 bonds of the county to finance the balance of said appropriation.
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anastakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Luhan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli. 18 ayes.
Okay, this is number 13.
Legislators Ramos, Benton, Cheney, and Tortel. Resolution making a supplemental appropriation to the 2022 Orange County budget for the Orange County Water Authority pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Please call the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anastakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Luhan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? and Benelli. 18 ayes.
Number 14, please.
Legislators Tui, Brescia, Benton, and Tortel. Resolution making a supplemental appropriation to the 2022 Orange County budget for the Orange County Department of Public Works, Environmental Facilities and Services pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? All right, please call the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anastakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Luhan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? and Benelli. 18 ayes.
Number 15, please.
Legislators Riskevich and Benton. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature giving notice of intent to assume lead agency status under State Environmental Quality Review Act, (SECRA), with respect to the construction of the medical examiner's facility in the town of Goshen, and making a preliminary determination that this project be classified as an unlisted action.
Questions or comments?
Was the
Legislator
second on
Cheney?
that? No, it
Oh,
was second.
okay. All right, roll call, please. Oh, I'm sorry, it is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Thank you. Number 16.
Legislators Menuda and Tui, with all Republicans as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Public Works to appropriate funds from the State Consolidated Local Street and Highway Improvement Program pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes. Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anastakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Luhan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? and Benelli. 18 ayes.
Okay, number 17.
Legislators O'Donnell, Menuda, Fagion, Amo, and all Republicans as co-sponsors. Resolution confirming the appointment of Richard B. Golden as county attorney for the County of Orange by the county executive pursuant to Section 6.01 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? I would like to take the opportunity to be among the first to wish Mr. Golden congratulations as you embark on this new journey in the various different chapters of your life. We're very happy to welcome you aboard. And I also would like to recognize, if he's still in the audience, our former county attorney, Langdon Chapman. He has served this county well, and he will continue to do so, but in a different capacity. So thank you both, gentlemen, and welcome aboard, Rick. But we do have to take a roll call vote.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo.
Yes.
Anastakis. Benton. Brescia. Cheney. Ellers. Hines. Lujan. Menuda. O'Donnell.
Yes.
Ramos. Riskevich. Sassy. Sutherland. Tui. Benelli.
Yes, thank you very much. Congratulations officially. Okay, we move on to number 18.
Legislators Fagione and Stiganga. Resolution confirming the appointment of Damian J. Brady as Administrator in the Office of Assigned Counsel by the County Executive pursuant to Local Law 2 of 22 and Section 18.06D of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Here again, if there's no comments, I would just like to chime in a little bit and congratulate Damian and applaud his efforts in moving into a little bit of a different direction as he embarks on a very interesting journey. I'm sure that Legislator Hines can talk about 18B till he's blue in the face, and we talked about all the challenges, and he's really led the charge for us in the time that I've been here along with Legislator Hines. And given state law changes and things like that, to have somebody in Mr. Brady's capacity to lead the charge, I'm very, very pleased, and I wish him well. So this is also a roll call vote.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk? Amo.
Yes.
Anastakis. Benton. Brescia. Cheney. Ellers. Hines. Lujan. Menuda. O'Donnell.
Yes.
Ramos. Riskevich. Sassy. Sutherland. Tui. Benelli. 18 ayes.
Congratulations, Mr. Brady. Number 19.
Legislators Fagione, Hines, and co-sponsors Amo, Lujan, O'Donnell, and all Republicans. Resolution appointing John C. Dupay Jr. to the Board of Directors of the Catskill Region Off-Track Betting Corporation pursuant to Section 502 of the Racing, Pari-Mutuel, Wagering, and Breeding Law.
Second.
Questions or comments? Majority Leader Fagione.
Thank you, Madam Chair. New York State is the perfect example of what is wrong with government. Only in New York State, could a state government allow OTB to lose money or not make money for the citizens in our region. And I am just very glad that Mr. Dupay has taken on the challenge of representing our county here as part of the Board of Directors of the Catskill Regional Off-Track Betting Corporation. It's about time that this organization is held accountable, and I dare say if crimes were committed, that punishment should be severe and should be strict. This corporation's job was to return money to our region and our county. And sadly, the accounting of this has been beyond way off. So I encourage all of my colleagues here to support Mr. Dupay and that we make sure that our fair share is returned here to Orange County. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Any other comments? All right, let's do a roll call vote on this as well, please.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anastakis. Benton. Brescia. Cheney. Ellers. Hines. Lujan. Menuda. O'Donnell. Ramos. Riskevich. Sassy. Sutherland. Tui. Benelli. 18 ayes.
Okay, number 20.
Legislators Stiganga and Fagione. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Planning to apply for, accept, and appropriate funds from the Federal Transit Administration pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Please call the roll.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anastakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli. 18 ayes.
Number 21, please.
Legislators Fagione and Stiganga. Resolution approving updates for the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program for the Department of Planning.
Second.
Questions or comments? Oh, this is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is there carried. Number 22.
Legislators Fagion, Stiganga, Sassy, Ramos, and all Republicans as co-sponsors. Home Rule Resolution of the Orange County Legislature in support of Senate Bill Number S8714 and Assembly Bill Number A9643 to amend the judiciary law in relation to the appointment of grand juror stenographers in Orange County.
Second.
Questions or comments? All right, this is also a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 23.
Legislators Sassy and Stiganga. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Probation to accept and appropriate funds from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions, comments? Then I would ask the roll to please be called.
Fagion?
Yes.
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? And Benelli. 18 ayes.
Number 24, please.
Legislators Sassy, Stiganga, and all Republicans as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Emergency Services, Police Services, to accept and appropriate grant funds from the Orange County Department of Health pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Please call the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? And Benelli. 18 ayes.
Number 25, please.
Legislators Sassy, Stiganga, and all Republicans as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive to accept a certain gift on behalf of the Orange County Sheriff's Office pursuant to Section 215 of the county law.
Second.
Questions or comments? And this is a roll call vote, so I'm sorry, a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Thank you. Number 26, please.
Legislators Benton, Fagion, Tortel, and Sutherland. Co-sponsors are all Republicans. Resolution authorizing an increase for all certified home health agency consultants at the Orange County Department of Residential Health Care Services pursuant to Section 2.02G of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? All right, we'll call the roll, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli. 18 ayes.
Number 27, please.
Legislators Tortel, Sutherland, and Lujan. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Health to accept and appropriate grant funds from the New York State Department of Health.
Second.
Questions or comments? Please call the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
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 Number 28.
Legislators Anagnestakis, Ellers, Fagion, Lujan, Sutherland, Tortel, Tui, and all Republicans as co-sponsors. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature recognizing National Skilled Nursing Week, Nursing Care Week, May 8th, 2022 through May 14th, 2022.
Earlier, I had mentioned that this is Skilled Nursing Care Week, May 8th through the 14th, and we did prepare a resolution that passed through the Health and Mental Health Committee, and I'd like to ask the chairman of that committee to please read the resolution in its entirety. It's short, it's not too long.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Legislator Tui.
Resolution of the Orange County Legislature recognizing National Skilled Nursing Care Week, May 8th, 2022 through May 14th, 2022. Whereas our community citizens now residing in nursing homes have contributed immeasurable to Orange County's heritage over the years. And whereas our community's nursing home residents are themselves living history, and whereas the staff of the Valley View Center for Nursing Care and Rehabilitation are sponsoring many activities in observance of National Skilled Nursing Care Week, guided by this year's theme, Rising Up Through the Seasons at Valley View, which begins on Mother's Day, May 8th, 2022. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the Orange County Legislature, do hereby proclaim the week of May 8th through 14th, 2022 as Orange County National Skilled Nursing Care Week, and urge all residents, Orange County citizens, to join in this year's National Skilled Nursing Care Week observance by visiting our county's nursing home residents and by recognizing the high quality of care that our county's long-term care facility is providing. Dated May 5th, 2022.
Thank you, Legislator Tui. Just so you know that Valley View has a full schedule of all activities next week. And for everyone's information, we have provided certificates for the employees of Valley View that are celebrating their 20 or 25th and 30th year anniversaries as
40th.
employee. And 40th as well?
Something else.
So, and it has all of our names on it, and those will be presented to them next week. So, okay, we move on. Oh, yeah. So we have to do the voice vote on this one. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried. Number 29. This is also a voice vote.
Legislators Anagnestakis, Ellers, Fagion, Lujan, Sutherland, Tortel, and Tui, and all Republicans as co-sponsors. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature recognizing May 2022 as Lyme Disease Awareness Month.
Second.
This is something that we have been doing for quite a few years now, and today I would like to ask Legislator Glenn Ellers to read this resolution in its entirety.
Resolution of the Orange County Legislature recognizing May 2022 as Lyme Disease Awareness Month. Whereas May is National Lyme Disease Awareness Month, dedicated to increasing awareness of Lyme disease, especially the importance of early detection and proper diagnosis. And whereas New York State ranks #1 in the United States of America for Lyme disease cases, Orange County ranked #1 amongst New York counties in reported cases. And whereas Lyme disease is one of the most prevalent diseases in Orange County and New York State, but is commonly misdiagnosed because its symptoms are very similar to other ailments. Symptoms may include erythema migrans, bullseye, red rash, flu-like symptoms, fever, headache, chills, fatigue, stiff neck, and muscle pain. And whereas prevention methods include wearing light-colored long-sleeve shirts and long pants in tick-infested areas, checking the body for ticks and removing them, and using repellents with DEET in safe quantities, be sure to read instruction properly. Therefore, be it hereby resolved that the Orange County Legislature recognizes May 2022 as Lyme Disease Awareness Month for Orange County and conveys these sentiments to every citizen of Orange County, that all might promote early detection and continued outreach to prevent misdiagnosis. Dated May 5th, 2022.
Thank you, Legislator Ellers, and there were some helpful hints in there as the weather gets nice and we spend more time outdoors. These are some very good guidelines to adhere to. And we, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 30.
Legislators Lujan and Menuda, resolution confirming the reappointments and appointment by the county executive to the Orange County Human Rights Commission.
Second.
Questions or comments? I would just like to say that all of these except one are reappointments, and then there is a new appointment itself. So any other comments? And we'll take a roll call vote on this.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 31, please.
Legislators Lujan, Menuda, Tortel, and Tui, enact amending the appropriate Orange County employment schedules to create case manager aging part-time at the County Office for the Aging pursuant to Section 2.02I of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Please take the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anagnestakis, Benton, Brescia, Cheney, Ellers, Hines, Lujan, Menuda, O'Donnell, Ramos, Riskevich, Sassy, Sutherland, Tui, and Benelli. 18 ayes.
Number 32.
Legislators Tui, Lujan, and Tortel. Resolution authorizing the Orange County Executive on behalf of the Orange County Department of Social Services to enter into an agreement between the County of Orange and the New York State Police.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 33, please.
Legislators Tortel and Lujan. Resolution authorizing the Orange County Executive on behalf of the Orange County Department of Social Services to enter into an intermunicipal agreement between the County of Orange and the City of Port Jervis Police Department pursuant to General Municipal Law, Section 119-0.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 34.
Legislators Sassy, Sganga, Benton, and O'Donnell. Resolution authorizing Orange County Community College to use $200,000 in capital chargeback money for the purchase of capital equipment.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is a roll call vote, so please call the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Andrustakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sutherland? Tui? Benelli. 18 ayes, and the desk is clear.
And I do not believe we have any public participation that has signed up. But before we adjourn, I would like to just give you all a little public service announcement. The Orange County Law Enforcement Memorial Service will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. in front of the courthouse right next door to us. So I wanted to just remind all of you, if you have the opportunity to attend, please do so. It's a very moving ceremony. And it gives us an opportunity to show our support for law enforcement. And with that, I will wish you all a very happy Cinco de Mayo and entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
And I guess everybody seconded that.